I have a newfound respect for people that make YouTube videos by themselves because I'm finding it very hard to talk to people without having someone here to talk to. I should set the dog in the chair. Maybe that would make it easier. Anyhow, I'm making this video because last week I went and bought these charm packs. You can see it there. Yeah. And I wasn't sure what I was going to make with them, but I figured I can figure out something. And I thought, oh, they'd match the stuff on my tree. And so I Googled and I couldn't find where anyone really made a lot of things for the tree with these guys. They've made table runners and all sorts of other things, but they hadn't made anything that I could see. If somebody has, I apologize, I couldn't find it. So I decided last night, what could I do? And so I started playing around with it, and I mean just by like I was just trying to hold them and figure out something. And I came up with this. So, there. And it's really easy. So I'm going to walk you through the process of making this. The only thing that I didn't have in this still shot that I showed is I did not include the stuffing, but you know what that is. Anyhow, so let's just get started. Step one is going to be picking out your fabrics. So the charm pack has a lot of lovely things. In fact, there's a bunch of other charm packs, and I bought more than just these, but these match my tree, the one tree. Anyhow, so there's let's see, Christmassy-ish kind of ones that are, it's great if like you have something that's like has browns in it and everything. It's awesome. And I'm paired it up with a wooden bead and some jute, and these you can find anywhere, so almost anywhere. Well, you know, I just happen to have a bunch of them. So anyhow, without further ado, let me get the iron started, and just bear with me because I've never made a video for YouTube before, so crossing my fingers. Okay, so I picked out some fabrics that I thought would be nice. You need 8 of the charms. The packs come with 42, so you have plenty to choose from. So I chose these 8, and I have my iron ready. Oh, this is tricky. I'm gonna have to learn how to, there we go. Okay, it's just, this is all kind of foreign to me. Anyhow, so I have a little iron, and I'm ironing on my kitchen table. My kitchen table's made out of granite, so it's okay. Don't do this at home if your kitchen table isn't. Take it to the ironing board, but I just figured that this was easier than me trying to find the other tripod in the house. So anyhow, what we're gonna do is we're going to take, and trying not to burn ourselves and make sure that everything's in camera, we're going to fold this over. We're gonna take our iron, and we're going to iron this into a triangle shape. Just folding it over, and we're just gonna iron it. It's gonna look like that. And we're gonna do all 8 of them. You don't wanna watch me iron. No one wants to watch me iron. I don't like ironing myself. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And when I'm done, we're gonna take these to the sewing machine. Okay. So we're upstairs and getting ready to sew. And the next thing that you're going to have to do is decide the order of the triangles. Well, they're really squares, but you get what I mean. Anyhow, so look at them, and what I did was I took, I'll just flip through them here. I took like a dark one, and then I took a lighter one, and then like a red one, and I tried to just make sense out of how, oops, I guess I'm not very good at this. Anyhow, tried to make sense out of how I was going to put it together. And if you noticed, they're kind of fraying, and I'm not too worried about that because we're going to actually have raw edges on this. Now, I suppose what we could do is we could make one of these, and if we're careful, we could turn it inside out, and we could, you know, have nice clean edges. But I think it just kind of adds to the charm of it since we're using jute. So, okay, let me go over here to the sewing machine, and let's see. There's my bobbin thread, and oh, you're gonna see all the mess maybe. Nope, you didn't. And there is the spool of thread. And I am using Sulky brand, and what is it? Number 943. So I just thought that that color was nice. So anyhow, let me try to set up the camera and we will sew. Okay, let's start. Okay, so we are going to be placing actually the wrong sides together because we are going to be leaving it raw, edges out there. Now, if I wanted to do and reverse it, I obviously would do this differently. I would do it the other way and I would iron them differently. But I just like the raw edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's see here. We're going to take that edge and that edge, and we're going to put them together. Now we're going to start up here, and we're going to put it there, under there. I am kind of out of practice with all this. Okay, and I'm going to lock stitch it, and then I'm just going to sew down. I mean, it's not rocket science, and I'm not pinning it because it's okay since we can let it fray. I mean, you don't want it to be all kitty-wampus and everything, but okay. So we get here, and then I'm just going to stitch, and I'm going to go down to where the ironing line is, and I'm going to stop there. And just do a lock stitch, and take it out of the machine. And there we go. We've got two of them together. Now, what I'm going to do, let's see if we can keep this in camera. I'm going to fold it over, both of them. Okay. I'm going to take the next one, which would go there. Okay. This is so not easy. Keep in camera. I'm going to lay them like that. And then I'm going to open it back up. Boy, I'm making this look harder than it is. It really isn't. Okay, so basically what I want to do is, probably should trim those, but for the sake of time we won't do that. I am going to stitch the next one on, and then I'll hold it up and show you. So let's try this. So again, we're going to just use, oh yeah, we have a ton of threads here. I'm going to stop. And the phone's ringing anyhow. Okay, let's just try this again. That was my husband. He always calls me whenever I'm either sewing or spending money. So he's probably relieved I was sewing. Anyhow, okay, let's go back to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start again up here, and we want to leave a little bit of room because we're going to have to turn this. I mean, let's turn it. Actually, we're not going to leave a little room here, but we're going to stuff it, so we need to leave a little room at the top to stuff it. So here we go. We're back there again. Plus, we also have to open it up then, the next one. So anyhow, let's just stitch the next part. Again, I'm not too worried. You can see I'm off a little bit, but it's all good. You know, everything, we try to make it as perfect as we can, and the reality is that nobody's perfect. Okay. And we'll just lock stitch and be done. And now I'm going to just put the rest together, and then we'll get to the last step where we join the two pieces, and I'll show you that. But here's kind of where we're at now. So you can see there's the two oh yes, the back sides of the fabric, and then here's the good side. So you can start to see how, if I have more room, how we're putting it together. Wow, this is less fun. I think I need to move the camera. Okay, I'm just going to apologize right now because I thought I was recording that last bit upstairs and I didn't. So, let me just explain it. Basically, I had everything put together and I just had to sew the last two pieces together, and I'm not even in camera. There we go. So I just created this last one. That's all I ended up sewing. So I don't know if you can see. Basically, we just did this L-shaped sewing on each one. So we did it, you know, on all 8 pieces. Just adding a piece and joining it. And the trick was to figure out the order in advance. Now what I'm going to do is this is the bottom. It's all sewn together and everything. And we're not going to see this part, and it's frayed. And like I said before, I kind of want that look. So, but we're not going to see it. What we're going to see, you know, because it's going to be covered up by the jute. But what we're going to see is the top part with the bead. So what I want to do is I want to stuff it. And I've got a big old bunch of polyester fiber fill, and I'm going to stuff it. Now, I don't have a great way of doing this. In fact, I think I just used a bamboo skewer, and I, of course, don't have one out here. But I know you all aren't stupid, so you'll be able to figure this out. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera again, and I'm going to stuff this and come back with it all stuffed. Okay, so I've taken and stuffed it, and you'll see I didn't go exactly up the same spot in every single one, but anyhow, it's all stuffed now. It's not completely even, but try to get it as even as you can, because, like, okay, for example, this one here doesn't have any in the point. It's not fun to try to redistribute this after you've wrapped everything, and you know, it just isn't. Just trust me. The last one it wasn't. I was just trying to have too much in some spots, and not like there's another example. I probably need a little bit more. Anyhow, just you know, try to get it so that it looks like it's, you know, got stuffing in the little points and everything. So, okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a needle and thread, and there it is. Oh gosh. Anyhow, I'm just going to go and try to gather it up and close up this hole. You know, which, you know, you just kind of have to scrunch it together, and you won't, again, see much of this, so I didn't even worry about having it the same color as the thread that I stitch with. Honestly, I'm using quilter's cotton right now because it's a little sturdier, and you know, because it's pulling, because it's stuffed. So I'm just going to stitch this up and everything, just stitch it closed, and we'll come back and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so I finished stitching it up, and that's all done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the jute around it so that we can start to make it into an ornament. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the jute and pull out a little bit of a little bit extra, because what we want to do basically, here, let me bring the other one over, is we want to have enough so that we can make the, gosh, this is, okay, we want to have enough so that we can put it through the bead, and then, you know, make the little loop and stuff so you can hang it on the tree. You hang it on the tree. There we go. Okay, I need a new tripod, I think, to do this stuff. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is pull out a little bit of a section, and the rest of it you could actually leave on the spool, so you'll use only the amount you need. And we're going to take and find the start, and then we're going to just take and wrap it around and tie it. And this first one, I like to tie it so that it stays put. The next ones you won't have to do that, but there we go. So there we go, and we have the first one done. And then I'm going to take and find another spot. Okay, and this one here, this extra tail, we're not going to really use for anything other than tying it when we come through again. So then we'll take this and we'll loop it around and tie it so that we got it tight. Okay, so now we've done two. And now we'll find another spot like here, and we'll run around to this side, and there's three. And again, we will tie it, and I don't have any dexterity today. Okay, so we will do that and tighten it up a little, and then let's see. Oh, this spot here. So we're going to go down here and around here, and I almost lost the bead, and then we're going to tie it. Now, this one here, we can tie into a knot, because we're done. See how hard that was? It wasn't hard at all. Okay, now we get our scissors, and all we're going to do is basically cut them to about the same length. So there we go. So we're done with that. And we're in the home stretch now. Now you just watch, this will be hard to thread. Okay, and the bead didn't roll off the table. That was a plus. Okay, and so we're going to just thread it through, and this is probably the trickiest part. I'll try not to like say anything bad. Okay, there. And we're going to just twist it and twist it and twist it until it comes through. And we're going to pull it down, even them up, and there you go. You got your bead on. Okay, and then what I did was I tied a little bit of a knot up here. I don't remember the name of that knot. Okay, you see that? And then I tied a bow there, and voila, there is the ornament. You can see at the bottom, and then you can just play around with these so that they're covering and look nice and everything, but you can see the bottom, and there's the top with the bead. Okay, there's the top with the bead. And I need a camera person is what I need. Anyhow, all done. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And hopefully I will come up with some more projects and be able to post some more interesting videos and maybe grow my skills in filming. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. And if you make these, I hope you enjoy doing so. Take care. Bye-bye.